Okay, I'm done ranting for now about the Mexican president, the head of a failed state, who has crime just pouring into our country of every level. Money laundering, murder, kidnapping, police being slaughtered, racial killings. They teach in Mexico, the Southwest belongs to Mexico, that it's their duty to do this. Thank God most Hispanic Americans are aware of this brainwashing and have decided to be Americans. And I say choose sides. Do you support the Bill of Rights, Constitution, private property, Second Amendment, or being a slave to Felipe Calderon? And I'm going to open the phones up on this issue next hour. The toll-free number to join us is 888-201-2244, 888-201-2244. But it has got my blood boiling. And I think about it as a kid. Why would my parents take me down to Mexico? I guess because it's beautiful. And then to be pulled over by cops and shaken down like we were slaves and groveling to them. And now they just arrest you and take everything you got. Why isn't that on our media, how Americans are treated in Mexico? Why isn't it more in our media how they're targeting police to kill them in the U.S. on record? Why isn't it in our media because our government is run by criminals that want to destroy our sovereignty? It's the same thing in Europe. We're the wealthy nations. The big banks will bring in any outside group they can that will vote for the tyranny. But I'm already digressing. Has NAFTA and GATT been good for you, folks? Has globalism been good for you? If you think NAFTA and GATT, now, 17 years old, was bad, the rest of the New World Order is 100 times worse. They've already bankrupted us. They've already killed the dollar. They just haven't announced it to you yet. Our economy is dead. It's not coming back. It's not designed to come back. The big banks brag. They're waging war against the real economy. Don't you understand that? Wall Street and the big central banks are not free market. They're monopoly men. No, you mainline Republicans aren't going to find out. You make me sick. It's just the level of willful ignorance when this is so obvious. But I'm shifting gears back into another subject. This next hour, we'll take your calls on all these subjects. Why is the system so mad at Rand Paul? Why is there a big hoax right now? Just like we go from 1 in 25,000 having autism a few decades ago to now 1 in 68. There's brain damaged kids everywhere. The vaccine inserts admit they brain damage the kids. And so they have these hoaxes all over the news where they claim that doctors have been disgraced and proven to be frauds and that exposed autism from mercury. Then you actually go read what happened. None of it's true. It's a hoax. Just like it was a hoax that the H1N1 was killing people when it wasn't. But it doesn't matter. They still sold you tens of billions of dollars of vaccine. And it's another hoax. Rand Paul's a libertarian conservative. He was asked, are you for the Civil Rights Act? He said, yes, but I think it's been expanded too much to private clubs. Well, yeah, I mean, if you're white, can you force your way into a black fraternity? Or the Bohemian Grove is males only? I mean, we've seen civil rights suits because women... reporters aren't allowed in the Golf Masters bathrooms. You're not part of the club, lady. It's not just that you're a woman. You're not allowed. This isn't your club. I mean, what, can I go join the Black Panthers even if they don't want me when I'm as white as a cracker? As white bread? I mean, again, it's this religion of division in the name of unity. And so they take his statement and run this national hoax. And why did they do this? Because they're panicked by him. He admits there's a world government, a new world order, that the carbon tax is meant to shut down our society, that he's going to fight it. One senator could block Elena Kagan, who openly says she wants to ban the Second Amendment and free speech. We've got her actual University of Chicago law review. We've taken the actual quotes out of it and have big articles up on my site. Conservatives aren't even telling you how bad this lady is because they want that power. They're run by the same system, folks. Notice the Patriot Act's passed by Bush. Obama expands it. And it's going to be used on you, the American people. You don't like having your ranch taken? You're a terrorist. You don't like your kids being brainwashed? You're a terrorist. I mean, do you understand what's happening? Folks, the Republican incumbent just lost in Utah to a real patriot conservative. Senator Specter, the magic bullet fraud, just lost because he's an incumbent in the primary. GOP wins House seat in Obama's Hawaii home district. They scored a midterm election victory Sunday when Honolulu City Councilman Charles Daju won a Democratic-held house. Problem is, he isn't white, but they'll probably put a white guy's face up and say he's racist, though. Because, you know, he must be racist. He's against the government health care plan. Must be. I mean, again, they just throw it out there. They're the race pimps. They're invoking race. Republicans scored a midterm election Saturday when Honolulu City Councilman won. Boom. First time in 20 years the Republicans won. Andrew Romanoff, an anti-establishment Democrat, got 60% of the state Democratic delegates Saturday, pushing him to the top of the line of the primary ballot over Senator Michael Bennet. They have a parliamentary system in Colorado, different than the rest of the country. But he's set to win there as the Democratic Party lines up against him. So why are they so upset? Everywhere there's an election, incumbents are being thrown out. And not just Republicans, not just Democrats. What did I tell you a year and a half ago? Senator Cornyn would give speeches, Rick Perry would give speeches at tea parties, they'd be booed off the stage. The liberal media wouldn't cover it. Then, whenever other Democratic congressmen like Lloyd Doggett got booed off, the media said it's a right-wing conspiracy, it's lobbyist, it's fake. And I was screaming bloody murder, going, no, people are mad at incumbents across the board. But the media made it all about Obama so he could be blamed to keep it in the left-right paradigm so when he leaves office, the mainline Republicans get back in. See, as long as they can share power in the tag team, as long as that illusion is there, the globalists win. But the minute people realize it's incumbents and how they've actually voted, did they vote for the TARP? Did they vote for the open borders? Did they vote for the wars? It's a populist movement. Did they vote for bigger government? They're all being thrown out. And that's what can take Washington back. And then we have the states' rights movement, which the feds are now demonizing, saying there's going to be another Oklahoma City, and it's going to be the fault of the states' rights movement. See, they're scared to death of that, setting us up for a staged terror attack they're going to stage. But listen, let's go ahead and play why they're so scared of Rand Paul. The next day, they come out and start saying he doesn't like black people with no evidence. Then they say, what do you think of the civil rights law? Which they know all libertarians say, we think it's good, but it should be the states that did it. But it's been expanded to private clubs, and that's wrong. And they went completely crazy with that. So I guess if you want to have, a black club, a white club, any other club, I guess La Raza, which means the race, I guess they got to let gringos in. But see, all this stuff's only one way. Because whites are seen as the establishment by the ultra-elite who are using everybody else to basically destroy any middle-class groups that can oppose the big bankers. They don't want anyone with any money or any education to oppose them. You understand? But remember, everybody gets the fluoride in their water. Everybody gets the mercury in their shots. We're all in this together. We're all under attack by this system. But let's play Rand Paul. This is what's got them so mad at him and why they're engaged in a national hoax saying he's racist. Here it is.
I have a message from the Tea Party, a message that is loud and clear and does not mince words. We've come to take our government back.
The Civil Rights Act isn't even one of his policies. They just make it up. Audit the Fed is.
We've come to take our government back from the special interests who think that the federal government is their own personal ATM. From the politicians who bring us oversized fake checks emblazoned with their signature as if it was their money to give.
Uh-oh.
Washington is horribly broken. I think we stand on a precipice. We are encountering a day of reckoning, and this movement, this Tea Party movement, is a message to Washington that we're unhappy and that we want things done differently.
Uh-oh, they're going to play race card.
The Tea Party movement is huge. The mandate of our victory tonight is huge. What you have done and what we are doing can transform America. I think America's greatness hinges on us doing something to save the country. The Tea Party.
We're going to go to break, come back and play more of this in the next hour and take your calls. But you don't talk about America being great. You don't talk about free market. You don't talk about how the government's out of control. We'll play the race card on you. We've trained the public to clap like seals for your head. If we, you don't want government health care, you're a racist. You're a racist. You're racist. You're racist. 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 They're race pimps.